I'm gonna go through these steps real quick. We got a one of the notorious problems with the Honeywell control valves, where they're blinking a 4 high temperature shutdown. We're gonna take it apart. I'm gonna go through it real quick how to do it. I'll leave a description at the end of a link to go to where I had to figure out how to do it, and it'll show you word for word what to do. It's a forum about these control valves. They're, in my opinion, junk, and they're a constant problem. But at any rate, on the bottom side here, they've got 2 screws, and, or at least, I swear there's another one in there. Maybe it's just the one. At any rate, it's a Torx head or a flathead screwdriver. You're going to need a small screwdriver, a 9-volt battery. It could be almost dead, the 9-volt. Some test leads, or I'm using the leads off of my electric tester. So we got that screw out of the bottom. Then up top there's these 2 pieces that you have to press down to get it to pop out. I swore there was one more. No, I guess not. Okay, then on the inside you're going to have your wires so that you can get everything away from it a lot easier. Just bend that down and pull that wire out to get it away. They say to unplug that in there. There's only one way for that to plug back in. Okay. So then, on this one, we've bypassed the limit switch in there just by putting it together. You know, linking those 2 together. And anyway, this is a total different problem. This probe or knob there, it's a little hard to see. There we go. Now I can see it. This one's your negative. This one's for your pilot. And this one, I believe, is the control valve. So, again, I'm using my test leads from my electric tester, which I wish they had the alligator clips on them, but they don't. Man, I'm probably going to have you help me. Yeah, I'm going to have you help me. If you can, hold those on there some way, somehow. Let me see if I can do it like this. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good. So we connected the battery. We're going to go down here with our ground, and up here with our positive. You should, once we get it going, you should have a, this is why the alligator leads are much nicer to use. Heck, maybe I can have you tap these. Put the negative on here, and then when you take the positive up, just go. And you'll hear it click in there. And then we're going to come over here and do this one a couple times. Okay? So, if you want to jump around that way, maybe you can kind of squeeze in there real quick to do so. Black one on that bottom, because that's our ground. And then crap, this is tricky without test leads. Here, I can even hold that negative. If I can get this back on here like it needs to be. Sorry, we're having difficulties because hear that clicking. I don't know if you can hear it on the, let me show that what you're doing there. Okay, go ahead. And if you, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little tiny spark in there. Anyway, what that's doing is opening our valves. Go ahead and do that one over there too. Okay. Then, now the way that it told me to do it in that forum was to leave all that connected, then set it back in here and do that again. Your piezo igniter that they're talking about in the talk forum is what lights your pilot. It's this piece, but it will pop out of the back here if you're not holding on. This part right here is where the piezo igniter goes. So to make stuff a little easier, go on and pop it out. You'll lift up on that piece a little bit, press in on the front, it'll come out. So then now you no longer have to have this on there. You just put it right there, and then there's like a little circle, and it'll have like a little domino looking number 3 domino on it, and that's how you'll ignite your pilot inside there. So with doing that, you no longer have to put this back on because it's a little hard to do. Some of the other stuff they talked about in that talk forum was moving it to 9 o'clock or whatever and trying to get it to fire back up. Going through the same procedure to light the pilot to see whether or not it works. So we're just going to leave this off to the side. Now that we've got, from my understanding, the problem is inside that little computer board that's on the back of this control valve. It statically etches something into this to say that it overheated in there, and then in return causes problems in here. So what we're really trying to do is reset this board and the control valve itself so that you don't have to buy a new one. Again, this was showing a code 4. When we get done, it's either going to show a code 1, 7, or 2. But after you get it lit, it will go back and start functioning properly as it should. So again, I'm going to do this one more time while that board's connected. Go ahead and try to reach around on the bottom of that. Hold that right there. You know what? We don't have to do that right yet. Never mind. We'll have to do that next. So we're going to go boom on our negative. This one's our negative. That noise is actually the valves inside here opening up. It ain't this tapping on it. Okay, that's it. Simple as that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have to be down in there, I bet. Not 100%. No, because it's telling it what to do on there. So I should be able just to... Oh, that's the other part I forgot to tell you. When you depress this button to get the gas to come in, it's actually hitting here. So all you need to do to try to get that pilot fired up is depress this little brass piece. Get your piezo igniter on there. It may spark you, be careful. And then my wires came apart over here. I never did look at the code to make sure that's what this one was throwing. I just went off of memory. I hope that's what it was throwing this time. Oh, you know what? We're supposed to pull that. That's right, you're supposed to pull these out and have these disconnected when you do all that. But that's okay. Together. Okay, it's lit inside there now. It's going to be a little hard to see. Go ahead and rotate you down. And then
There it is.
Oh, you can kind of see it barely in there. But you can see the blue flame inside there. So it's at least lit. The other key is you're going to want to keep, after you know that it's lit, you're going to want to keep this button depressed for at least 30 seconds. Once that starts blinking, normally you can hear that click and we're good. But we've reset everything. So right now it's giving us a status of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one did the 7. So I'm gonna let off of it. It went out. We may have to do it one more time. Okay, it's lit again. It normally takes a couple seconds for it to go back and reset itself. Because right now it's kind of flipping out. I don't know what happened. And now it's fired up. Okay. So we know it's at least working. It should end up resetting itself to where it's working as it should. We're going to let it run for a moment to see what happens. I've only had to do this 3 different times and they're spread apart. So it's still giving me 7 flashes. Airflow on the bottom ain't the greatest. And this screen has been off. You see how dusty it is? All that dust through a number of years is now on the bottom because it just hadn't been took care of as it should. So in order to bypass that opening on the bottom, I'm going to open that chamber just a little bit.
Does any other single place give you as much trouble as our store does?
No, not normally. These darn Whirlpool water heaters, they are a pain in the butt. They probably bought it because it was cheaper, or they only get so much money to put them in, so they went with the cheapest unit possible. I can't stand Whirlpool water heaters. But I guess if it wasn't for them, as far as working on a water heater, I'd be out of work.
Yeah, because I remember the old water heater we used to have was a much shorter one. It was also like up there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
when they switched them out, they got this one.
Okay, so now I'm going to shut this off to see if I can't get it to reset itself. Last time it reset itself by itself. So here it goes. I don't know what to do.
You remember that?
And maybe I'm forgetting a stage in this because I did, like I said, I've only done this a few times. But the other 2 times, it was because of that forum that taught me what to do inside there. And I had to go to Tyler Torque, and under his forum he kind of describes how to take all this apart. And then if you go down further in the forum, you'll find a person called I want to say Daniel Boone, but I think it was David Boone. Is that right? I don't remember. Anyway, it's something. It's either Daniel or Dave Boone down in there on his forum. It will go in the description about the V-shaped prongs. And if you read through their stuff step by step, it'll perfectly tell you what to do and how to get these things working as they should. Should be nice and hot in there, so it shouldn't take long for it to fire up. I still have this depressed. Once we start blinking, we're good. Let off. Ooh. Didn't wait long enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. There we go. It's reset itself completely now. So if you notice, it's only doing one flash. One, and then that's it. 3-second pause, flash, 3-second pause, flash. And what that is, if you look up top where it has the flash codes, number 1 is now a normal operation. Whereas before it was giving us a 4, we went in and reset it, and then it told us it was a gas control valve failure, and then now we've got it completely reset. Whenever you get in there with the V prong and hit it with the battery, you're either going to get a number 2, a number 7, and I think somebody had said, what was the other one? A 4 maybe? No, it was 4. 4 triggered. Then you get in and reset it, and it does a 7 or a 2. But that's it. That's all there is to it. It's fairly simple. These control valves are roughly about $160 to $190. So this piece is $200. I hate them. I've been doing this since '98. I don't care for them. They are nice for service work. They do get me, a lot of work. But as far as having to work on them, they're a pain in the butt. So at any rate, hopefully that video helps you. If you got any questions, just post them in the bottom.